decade together, and your chance to win one of the best holidays in the UK, all thanks to my WI calendar girls. But now to a man who could only be described as one of the busiest stars in showbiz. He's performed in countless West End hits, presented numerous TV shows, judged the talent searches for Maria and Joseph, has just released a new album and is starring in the hugely successful Doctor Who spin-off, Torchwood. Is there nothing he can't do?
So, you catch aliens?
Yep.
You catch aliens for a living?
Yes, we do.
You're an alien catcher?
Yes, I am.
Caught any good aliens?
Tons of them.
That's a hell of a job.
Sure is.
And who are you then?
Captain Jack Harkness.
I did some research, and there's only one Captain Jack Harkness on record, and he disappeared in 1941.
Well, that couldn't be me. Could it?
I think it probably could. Please welcome John Barrowman. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Barrowman and Westlife fan club.
They're great. You guys are great. Great.
John, I've been reading the old memoirs, Anything Goes.
Yes.
Here. Your life laid bare.
So far.
You. So far, yes.
Yeah.
So far. It's incredibly candid. The thing that comes out, though, is, to me, your great pride in being a Scotsman. We always think of you as being American because the accent's American.
Yes.
But you were 8 when you went over the water?
8 when we flew over the pond and lived there. I'm rubbish with dates and with you know, numbers and stuff. But from the age of 9, 8 and 9 years old, we left, and I basically I call it my formative years were in the U.S. and part of the reason that I speak with an American accent, and it's explained in the book, is that the kids in America used to make fun of me and bully me because of speaking Scottish. I know, but the thing that you know, for young kids who are reading it, and you know, when I say young kids, I mean 12 and over, because there's some, there's some subject matter in there that I think if it's someone of a certain age, it needs to be explained to by a parent.
Can you still do the Scottish accent?
I can do the Scottish accent because when I'm with my sister and my mum and dad and my brother, we speak Scottish, but it's a defense mechanism when I was a kid. So when I've been hired as an American, so I always speak American, and it just I feel kind of comfortable. Not that I'm not comfortable doing it this way, because you know Scotsmen do have fun.
Apparently.
Yeah,
yes.
So they say. So they say. But yeah.
You've been very upfront about your sexuality. You're married now to Scott.
Yeah,
Was it very appropriately named,
yes.
Scott? Got married in a kilt. I mean, was it at one time more difficult for you to be upfront about it than you are now?
I think for any gay man or woman, there was always a period where it was difficult, and it still is difficult for some people to, shall we say, come out of the closet. I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of what I am. I like to think I'm a good person, and I think that is probably the most important thing that any individual should be, no matter who they are or what they believe. I think the difficulty is still there for people to come out. I believe that, you know, I think that people, if they're staying in the closet because they think it's going to affect their job or their work, I think that's the wrong reason to stay in. But if it's an emotional issue and they need to deal with certain things in their life, that's a different story, and it's no one's business or place to pull someone out or to out them, so to speak. But if they're doing it just because they think it's going to do their job, you know, some detriment in their career, then they're wrong, and they need to be honest about who they are, because there's a lot of people struggling with it and need to see positive role models who are gay men and women, because it's important.
Another thing that comes out, picking up on that, what comes out in the book is how hard you've worked and how long you've been at it for.
I'm actually 97.
It's called Anything Goes,
yes.
You know, which is, you know, I remember you were talking in the book about working with Elaine Page and Bernard Cribbins on that very show. But now you're involved in these Search for a Star shows, which make instant stars. Does that sort of rankle a bit with you, thinking, I took all this time to get here, and now people like Lee Mead, we had on last week, lovely guy, but made it overnight?
Well, honestly, no, it doesn't bother me, because I'm in a position, and I've worked hard to be where I am, and I enjoyed that hard work, and I enjoy where it's put me. But I'm in a position where now I can give back and help create new musical stars for the West End, and I think that's an honor and a good thing. And you know what? Everybody's journey's different. My journey's been different from Lee's. Lee's is a lot, might be a lot quicker in that aspect. The same with Connie, but what they've done prior, they've still worked very hard, but it's just happened a little quicker. And mine, in 1989, when I went, did Anything Goes with Elaine Page, mine was an overnight success thing. I was plucked out of obscurity and put on the West End stage with her. So I know what that's like, but, everybody's journey is different.
Do you find it easy to sit in judgment on people in that respect? Because
Oh, I find it so easy. I think, I do. And you know what? I think honesty is the best policy. Yeah. And a lot of people, there's so many people in this business that if you're trying to get into it and you're just not right for it, I'd rather tell them honestly than lead them down the garden path, so to speak.
Else, yeah.
And tell them, maybe you need to train a little more or do something else. But honesty is the best thing,
You landed the part in Torchwood, and you said in the book how thrilled you were to actually get that part we saw him there as Jack Harkness. You then, of course, enter the world of cult, don't you? You get the
It's a very polite way of putting it. Yes.
But they are breathing to themselves, the Doctor Who fans.
Yeah, you know what? The Whovians, as we call them, and we call the Torchwood fans Woodies, I like to call them that, they're a very different breed of people, and they're great. They've given me a great life, a great lifestyle thus far, and yes, they're interesting. There's some really interesting stories. I mean, some of them I can't talk about in front of the afternoon audience, but we get people who come to see us in signings. Like, for instance, I'm doing the book signings at the moment, and people will come dressed as you, as Captain Jack, or dressed as the Doctor, and I'll look up and I'll think, oh, David's in front. No, it's not David. It's somebody else. They'll come dressed as characters, like Weevils and things like that. It's really interesting, but, they watch the show and they enjoy it, so I'm glad they do it.
But your musical career will continue?
We're in discussions with a very major producer. I won't tell you who it is, but with a show for the West End in the up-and-coming future, and we might have an announcement a little later on in the year.
Because we wouldn't like to see you off the West End stage. And your album, Another Side, has done quite well, I gather.
The album, I think, has done quite well, and it's thanks to everybody, it's been quite a success, and, it recouped itself. It's,
well, do you want to know how well it's done?
How? What?
John Barrowman, you've just won a gold disc.
Hey! Well, that's truly...
It's 100,000 records sold.
Wow, that's really, really great.
We didn't tell you about it. We thought you might like a surprise.
I love a surprise. Thank you very much for everybody who bought it. Thank you. Now I can go buy a bottle of champagne.
Wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you
again. Nice to, ladies and gentlemen, John Barrowman. Well, come back and sing to us when you've got your show sorted out. Come back and sing us a song. But you're watching